Basically, we're going to break it down today. David talks about the trust indenture and what that means. That is the Constitution. There's a job description that's written within this Constitution to all the legislators that are out there. It tells them what their job is. And we simply are going to simply hold them accountable to what their job description is. And if they're going to continue breaking their oath to that trust indenture, to that Constitution, then we're going to put them on notice. We're going to let them know we want it to stop. We want it corrected. And if they're not going to do that, then we'll take other remedy in the future. But usually when we reach in numbers to these people, we let them know, hey, we know what you're doing. We want it to stop. It's no longer in the dark. We brought it to light. You can't say that you didn't know, which a lot of them don't know, to be honest with you. A lot of them don't know what they're doing. And by the numbers, we hit them with affidavits and notices, and that's just our way of doing things. And again, it's very simple. The highest political power in the nation, the highest standing in the nation is the people. You know, the United States is a company. Arizona is a company. We are the owners of the co-owners of this company, and they are our employees. And when you start looking at it from the right position, from a position of power that we hold as the people, you're going to see things completely different than what we've been taught or what we've been told that they tell us what to do. That is not the case. So we're going to show you exactly how to hold the elected officials accountable, but also show them in the Constitution what they can and cannot do. And we're letting them know we are no longer going to put up with it. We are going to correct this issue, correct this problem, and we're going to move forward.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Constitution of the state of Maine. I'm choosing Maine because any state can use any bill or declaration of rights. So we're going to go to Section 3 of Maine Constitution. And I like Maine, and we're getting ready to light some fire in Maine. Religious freedom, sex equal, religious tests prohibited religious teachers. Now, I want you guys to understand that this explains what happened when we wanted to make sure that we can get teachers to show what we needed them to show for our children. We also are going to see how the state governments are going to work and how the people have power that nobody will tell you about. Watch this. All individuals have a natural and unalienable right to worship Almighty God according to the dictates of their own conscience, right? Consciences. And no person shall be hurt, molested, or restrained in that person's liberty or estate for worshiping God in the manner and season most agreeable to the dictates of that person's own conscience, nor for that person's religious professions or sentiments, provided that that person does not disturb the public peace. Does not disturb the public peace. There's a difference between the public and the private. So you should not be messing with people if they are not disturbing the public peace or breaching the peace, nor obstruct others in their religious worship. And all persons demeaning themselves peaceably, carrying on peaceably, as good members of the state. Notice they said members of the state. Josh and I have shown you guys about associations. Members of the state shows that you're part of an association. You're part of a group of people that work together for a common good. You are co-members in the state. Watch this. Shall be equally under the protection of the laws, and no subordination nor preference of any one sect or denomination to another shall ever be established by law. You may not want to get something stuck in your arm based on your religion. You may not want to be part of an emergency program based on your religion. You might not want to wear diapers on your face based on your religion. You may not wish to get passports to go somewhere based on your religion, and your creeds, beliefs, not just believing in Christ. But let's go deeper. Nor shall any religious test be required, nor shall any religious test be required as a qualification for any office or trust under this state. What I want to do today is present to you guys that the states are all trust. That's all they are. Corporate entities. People will say, oh, they are government entities that are de jure, and then there are some that are de facto. If the government is de facto, it's only because you're not controlling the trust. You're not acting as the trust protector under this state and and all religious societies in the state, whether incorporate or unincorporate, shall at all times have the exclusive right of electing their public teachers and contracting with them for their support and maintenance. So guys, you can select your public teachers as well based on your religion and what you believe. As the trust protectors, the government don't get to teach your kids stuff that you don't believe in. All of those things that have been bothering you have been happening because you don't know the power of yourself as trust protectors. Nobody ever told you that all the states are trust. We're not waiting for remedy, y'all. We're not talking about what we might do. We're not telling you to trust the plan. We're teaching you how to take over your darn self.
Just off the one you showed from Maine, clearly shows you that they cannot teach CRT if you don't want it.
No, sir. No, sir. And
thing alone there.
When we understand what trust is and trust protectors, it's going to be game over. Trust, I'm going to just give y'all the basic first definition. A right of property, real or personal, held by one party for the benefit of another. Every man or woman in a state as one of the people is a beneficiary of your public servants. They are here only to serve you, and they're using the power of the people. The power was granted to them by the people. The people have the ability. So y'all see on the screen, it says trust. Now watch this. A right of property, real or personal, held by one party for the benefit of another. So the government officials acting as trustees are holding the rights of the people part of the power of the people to make sure that they protect their rights. So they have the power to make policy to get anybody who would attack your rights or your property. Watch this. A confidence reposed in one person who is termed trustee for the benefit of another, who is called the Sedeke trust, respecting property which is held by the trustee for the benefit of the Sedeke trust. So what happens, guys, is our forefathers gave power to government officials in order to be able to hold your rights and your protections in trust. And we never gave them the power to do anything else with your rights. So when these people try to make it seem like they can write something to take your rights away, and you're fighting every little statute they bring about, you're fighting the wrong fight. When you're trying to prove fraud and trying to prove somebody did this and did that just to be able to look over your business, the whole dang state is a corporate trust. And a corporate trust is like a business. And when the owner comes to the business, the trustees who he left to handle his business got to get the freak out the way so he can look over what's happening in his business. We got people trying to teach y'all to say that you got to go around all day and night looking for fraud to have permission to check on your company. You got to beg somebody with a statutory petition to give you permission to talk to them, to ask for permission for them to stop harming you. The petition in the Constitution is not so. The petition in the Constitution is you going to your government officials who you gave power to as the people, and you're telling them, fix this. I've been harmed or injured or something ain't right, fix it. It is not the same as saying I'm gonna get 100,000 signatures to beg the government. One man or woman can put an affidavit or notice in to tell the government to do something. But they're trying to trick y'all. So let's read the word trust indenture. How many of y'all have heard this word before or know what it means without reading and cheating? Trust indenture, the document which contains the terms and conditions which govern The conduct of the what, guys? The trustee. They try to call you stupid and sovereign citizens if you say the Constitution doesn't apply to you, it applies to them. This right here says the document which contains the terms and conditions which govern the conduct of the trustee. It did not say the conduct of the people. These people will try to write lower level statutes that's lower than the trust indenture. The Constitution is the trust indenture. We gonna prove it. So the employees of government has a trust indenture that governs their conduct. They are the governed, not us. But we're begging them to do stuff. Look at what it says, which govern the conduct of the trustee and the rights of the beneficiaries. Who's the beneficiaries? Y'all. They have tricked y'all and told y'all if y'all get a benefit from us, we can enslave you. We can take your car, your house, your kids, your money. We can tell you you can't get no audit. They are freaking liars. The trust protectors can destroy the trust at any time. If they start doing you wrong, if they start harming you, you can alter or abolish the trust, remove their position, get them the freak out of here. This is what the legislature doesn't know. This is what me and Josh use to blow their back out. This is what we use to instruct them. People will say, what if the government don't listen to you? Me and Josh say, we ain't got that problem. We don't have that problem because we know that we are the trust protectors, the beneficiaries. Watch this. Commonly used when a corporation floats bonds. We ain't worried about that part. We're concerned about the fact that there's some document that exists out there that will tell people they are trustees, and it will tell the people that they get benefits from the government that they chose to serve them as a company. People will tell you that, oh, there's a de jure government. There's a real government, and then there's a de jure government. There's a real one and a fake one, and you got to figure out all this stuff and try to figure out who in the world is the real power holder. And then you got to write some special document, and you got to say that I'm an executor, and you got to put your finger thumbprint on it. And you got to go through all this hell and drama when it's much easier for us to get together and consult each other and talk and say, we are the bosses. They're our little servants and trustees. We're going to order them, instruct them, and tell them what the freak to do. Now, people got y'all out there writing petitions, begging the government to listen to you. And they really don't know the answers. They don't know what to do. They're telling y'all, call and email, and say what? Y'all will already say they don't listen to us. What the freak you mean call them? Call them and hope they listen to my voicemail? You know,
this is what gets me more than anything. And I just had a conversation with my buddy from Jersey. You know, the cop from Jersey that's in here? You know who I'm talking about. And I told him, he was like, well, we're going to send in this petition. You know, he was talking about people at work. I said, that's a waste of time. Stand on your constitutional rights. We're going to hit TSA, and we need to let these people know you work for us, guys. This is so simple. It's the simplicity of this that drives people crazy, drives lawyers crazy, especially because they spend 3 years getting their law, you know, going to law school. They study for the bar. They work hard. You know, they learn a lot of statute procedures and everything else. But the simplicity of the Constitution is what drives them nuts, because the average common man can read this and apply it and tell them this is not happening any longer. We own this company. We are the co-owners of this company, and we are not going to sit here and let you tell us what to do. We were granted authority that we already have. You can't take my authority away. I'm the owner of the company. I'm not going to let my general manager tell me what to do. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to let an employee tell me what to do. And if you do let it happen, that's on you. That's your problem. But at my company, that's not how it works. It's a, like David said, it's a mindset, because we've been brainwashed to think that they are the government. They tell us what to do. They set all these laws and rules and procedures and everything that we have to follow, and it's all BS. When you learn what the law and the Constitution really is, you'll learn that it's all nonsense. It's been nonsense from day one, and it's steadily gotten worse and worse and worse. They've slowly been taking your rights away. So now it's sped up drastically with COVID. Now they're just like, oh, screw these people. We're going straight communism now. We're going to do whatever we want. Screw you. There's nothing you can do about it, until David's like, sticks his head out. He's like, no, that's not happening anymore. That's not happening anymore. Because that Constitution.
What you say, player? What'd you say?
What was that? You know, and we have a constitution that is clearly written, and when you stand on it and you learn this and you absorb it, I'm telling you, no one can touch you. No one can touch you. Look at this like a company. It's the best way to understand it. For me, it's the best way to understand. We all work for somebody or own something, one of the two usually, right? So this is an easy concept to grasp.
So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to look at section 2 of Maine. Now we're going to show you your position as the trust protectors and as the beneficiaries, as the people. Watch this, y'all. We're going to break it down so simple you're going to kill every attorney in the argument. Watch. Here we go. All power is inherent. Now, this is the trust indenture, the Constitution. It's going to tell you what powers the people have and what rights and what duties the government officials have. Well, watch this. All power is inherent in the people. All free governments are founded in their authority, the people's authority, and instituted for their benefit. Didn't I tell y'all going to see the benefits? We're seeing that the government officials are founded by our authority and they're only there to benefit us. Sounds like servants, right? They, the people, have therefore an unalienable and indefeasible right to institute government. We can add in government, do what we want to do, change it at any time, tell them they better give us an audit right now at will. Watch this. And alter, reform, or totally change the same when their safety and happiness require it. These people telling y'all to beg for an audit, telling y'all to go ask somebody for permission. And the Constitution, the trust indenture says, we institute government and we ain't happy and we don't feel like our safety is right. We can change it, alter it, abolish it, institute new government, fix it at will when their safety and happiness require it. Why are they telling you to go write a petition trying to get 100,000 signatures, 1 million signatures, just to tell these clowns you don't like what they're doing? We tell them what to do. Then they might say, well, look, how do you have the power to come together and talk about the law when you're not attorneys? How do you know that you should be able to do affidavits? How do you know you should be able to do affidavits and hold these people accountable? Affidavit is sworn oath or affirmation. The constitutions tell you how to get somebody in trouble, get them arrested, or make a warrant get issued. Let's read it. Let's see if it say do a petition or a freaking email or beg your legislature or kiss somebody's behind. Let me show you what the freak it said. Text of section 5. The people shall be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and possessions from all unreasonable searches and seizures. And no warrant to search any place or seize any person or thing shall issue without a special designation of the place to be searched. Watch this. And the person or thing to be seized, nor without probable cause, supported by what? Why don't they want y'all to know about affidavits? Affirmation. Supported by oath or affirmation. They don't want you to know that they're hiding affidavits from you because it's sworn testimonies that make a record that'll get their anus arrested later. But they'll say, well, y'all not an attorney. So you got to get attorneys to come and teach you how to do this, and you got to beg them to fix your problem. No, as the trust protectors, you have a 100% guaranteed right to institute government. That means you create the law. You teach the law. You got the power to do it, and nobody can freaking interfere. Oh, we ain't going to play no games over here. We going to come give y'all the truth in the forefront, where nobody can deny us. Nobody can stop us. Nobody can say that it's not here. We ain't waiting for somebody else to show y'all. We're not begging people. We're bringing that smoke. We're bringing that fire. Document after document after document. Law after law after law. Proof after proof after proof. PCAP after PCAP after PCAP. Line upon line and line upon line. Precept upon precept. Precept upon precept. Text of section 15, what power do the people have? The people have a right when they tell you can come in and talk to them. A right when, y'all? At all times. I want y'all to know the truth. So you got people in groups telling y'all, get ready, mount up. The regulators gonna come. We gonna bring some more. Don't you listen to that foolishness. You don't need that. People tell you, oh, we gonna have to do this by force. Man, you ain't never even shot a gun. What you talking about? We gotta make them do it. No. Look at what the law says we have a right to do. We should be enjoying this. The people have a right at all times in an orderly and peaceable manner. When you write affidavits and you talk nicely and you don't make threats and you bring that freaking smoke, it's a peaceable manner. It's orderly. Nobody can run from it. Nobody can say you're evil. Nobody can say you got a bad attitude and they fear for their life. They got to sit their butt there and take it, baby. And we get to come together. And they say, well, you can't come together like that unless you're a lawyer. Let's see if the law says that. In an orderly and peaceable manner, to assemble, to consult. An attorney consults, y'all. The people also have a right to consult about what? Upon the common good. Now, what are we going to do after we get done consulting? Are we going to start calling our legislature, sending them text messages and asking them to look out for us? No. Why are we meeting together and assembling like we're doing now? We got people who will have you go to events all day, every day, y'all. They will have you go to events and tell you to trust them and wait on them and don't teach you a dang thing to do to take over the trust that's in disarray. You're going to take over the trust that's in disarray and fix it. Why do we come together, guys? To give instructions. Who the heck we gonna give instructions to, y'all? To their representatives. To their representatives. They telling y'all to do a petition. Don't tell y'all what's a constitutional petition and what's this garbage they're doing by statute. Watch this. You're giving instruction to your representatives. Does that sound like you're begging them? Does that sound like you're begging them? We put in affidavits and people didn't understand when it said remonstrance or petition, or we order you, or we instruct you, or we tell you what the freak to do. They didn't even catch the words, y'all. They didn't know that we were telling them what to do. And that's why they follow what Josh and I have said. That's why in other states and different places, the affidavit mamas, Carla, Aaron, the ladies over in PA, the ladies in New Hampshire, this in Georgia, this is why they start moving real fast, because they understand that we know the exact remedy and we're telling them. They are our trustees and servants. Watch this. And to request of either department of the government, not just one, by petition or remonstrance. Remonstrance is a strong rebuke. A petition is, hey, let me get you to do this for me because something is wrong. Not please, if you will, and you possibly may, let us talk to you, maybe. Petition or remonstrance, redress of their wrongs and grievances. Guys, please like and share this. Let me ask y'all, how many people in the entire freaking nation have come to you and taught you this from beginning to end? How many have come when it's dangerous and nobody knows what to do, come before you and told you exactly how you do it, exactly what your role is, exactly your position, where you address them, how you address them? How many have done it? People will try to laugh and say, we got to do this and do that. Don't listen to Josh and Dave. Don't work with them. But they never show you remedy. We don't ask you to trust us. We freaking show it to you on a freaking screen. You can turn to it with us. This is your nation. We share it together. You have the power, but they don't want you to know. And these people will do event after event after event after event. And when they get done, though we love them, there is no substance to get you to do anything.
Hey, David, that's exactly right, man. We go to these events, and they're awesome events. They're fun. You know, they're a lot of fun for the people. Brad Barton events. You know, you guys have seen these like 50, 60 speakers over the course of 2 days. But every time I ask somebody, so when you left the event, when you left the Lindell Symposium, what did you take with you? Like, what was your course of action? What was the plan of action to fix these problems? Crickets. There's no answer. But for the first time on September 10th, when I go to Brad Barton's event and I speak, and Candace Taylor's coming with me, and we get up there and speak and we start dropping this kind of stuff on them, it's going to be a game changer, because for the first time, this stuff is going to be heard at those events. This is going to be heard finally at these events for the first time. And I'm hoping those speakers that are there kind of half hear it at least, right? All these great people that are there speaking hear the actual truth of what the Constitution says and how we can fight back. Because I've yet to hear, and I've been saying this for a long time, and it's not a knock on anybody. It's just a fact. It's the truth. No one out there that is talking bad, negative, positive about what we're doing in affidavits has given us an alternate way to go about it. Show me something. Show me a way to fight back. Show me what to do. Because if you have another way or a way that's working, we're more than happy to get behind it. But we've yet to see it. 9 months have gone by. All these smart lawyers and these smart people have no audits. They have no mandates removed. They have nothing. They have no course of action, no plan of action. And that's why we're showing you this information, because no one else is. No one else is showing you this. And that's why David's on here teaching you this. So take it, use it, absorb it, please. I can't stress it enough. This is what works. This is what gets conversations going with the legislature. This is how we approach things from a position of power. So I'm going to let David take it back.
I'm going to leave one constitution where we showed you how to do some things and how things work. I'm going to take you to another constitution. We're going to look at, I'll just say, the mass constitution so y'all feel better. We're going to start up in the preamble. And before I leave the preamble, you guys are going to understand the spirit by which we are to change all the issues that we're dealing with. How many of you guys believe me when I say the government is just an association or a corporation? How many of y'all believe me? Because if you understand that it's just an association, you'll realize that it has officers who are trustees that are part of the association to do the work for you. And that's all they are. And you tell them what to do and they can be replaced at will, or you can change the whole thing because you created the whole thing. So you know what this entity is and how to deal with it and how to fix it. Here we go. The end of the institution, maintenance, and administration of government is to secure the existence of the body politic. A political body, y'all, is just a corporate entity, a group of people who come together for a common purpose. To protect it and to furnish the individuals who compose it with the power of enjoying in safety and tranquility their natural rights, the ones that come from God. That's what it's for. And the blessings of life. And whenever these great objects are not obtained, when they start acting stupid, don't want to do what you want them to do, they want to interfere with your business or your rights, they want to take over the company, they want to steal the movement, and the blessings of life. And whenever these great objects are not obtained, the people have a right to alter the government and to take measures necessary for their safety. Did it list them? No. It leaves it open because you have all the power. You don't have to. Measures necessary for their safety, prosperity, and happiness. The body politic is formed by a voluntary association of individuals. Woo! Josh Barnett and I did our webinar, and we taught people that they can become members of our voluntary association, because the voluntary association has power to block anybody from interfering with the business of the voluntary association. Who's ever taught you that remedy before? We were able to open up over 100 entities around the country and seal it from the government realm because we made a private association. The government no longer had jurisdiction to touch it. And people had no idea what we were doing. Some people laugh like, what you think your little club gonna do? Ha, 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 ha. If you got a voluntary association, how do they force you to do stuff? It is a social compact by which the whole people covenants with each citizen, and each citizen with the whole people. And all shall be governed by certain laws for the common good. It is the duty of the people. This is your job. Nobody's telling you They're leaving you to perish and die. You got an expiration of 3 years if they stick something in your arm. That's what doctors are telling us. It is the duty of the people, therefore, in framing a constitution of government. Y'all frame the Constitution. You build it. You correct it. You give, you take away. You build it up. You tear it down if it becomes wrong. Watch this. Therefore, in framing a constitution of government, to provide for an equitable mode of making laws as well as for an impartial interpretation and faithful execution of them, that every man may at all times find his security in them. How many of y'all are secure? How many of y'all know how to tear this thing down and fix it? How many of y'all know how to tell the government what to do? Have you been taught this? Have they been fair with you? Have they educated you? Your power as the trust protector to fix this, your power to rewrite trust indentures, your power to hold the persons of government liable. Is this not simple, y'all? Is it not opening up your eyes more and more and more? Watch this. We, therefore, the people of Massachusetts, acknowledging with grateful hearts the goodness of the great legislature, that's God, capital L, of the universe, and affording us in the course of his providence an opportunity deliberately and peaceably, without fraud, violence, or surprise, to enter into an original, explicit, and solemn compact with each other, and of forming a new constitutional of civil government. That's not the people. Civil government. For ourselves. What is it for? For us and our posterity, and devoutly imploring his direction, and so interesting of a design, do agree upon, ordain, and establish. You're telling what your rights are. The following declaration of rights and frame of government as the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Mass. The persons of government are bound by the Constitution as the trustees. Text of section 1. Well, what about men and women? All men are born free. You're not bound. And equal, and have certain natural, essential, and unalienable rights, among which may be reckoned the right of enjoying and defending their lives and liberties. You got a power to protect yourself. That of acquiring, possessing, and protecting property. In fine, that of seeking and obtaining their safety and happiness. Some of y'all tripping out because y'all don't know what to do about these schools forcing critical race theory, forcing your kids to learn about sex in preschool, forcing you to do things that you don't want to do, forcing you to get passports to go somewhere. And a lot of y'all are arguing every day about each individual little trick. They write a statute about one thing, you're going crazy over that. They write a statute about another thing, you're going crazy over that. They write a statute about the school board, you're going crazy over that. They're writing a statute about getting a shot, you're going crazy over that. They're saying you can get fired at your job, you're going crazy over that. What about we all just use the constitutions and together go at them and send notices and affidavits at once, showing them what I'm showing you? You serve us as trustees, you don't make the rules. This is what you're going to give us and how it's going to work. You will quake the nation because they don't know. They don't know that we have all the power. The attorneys hid it from them. And you're begging over each situation, asking the legislature to please write a statute to help us with this, please. I'm not begging you to write a statute for me. It's free for everybody to learn how to stand on their power. And me and Josh want y'all to go away full. We want y'all to rip this and put it on your own YouTube and share it with everybody. This is your chance to help your kids live free, to bring the nation back, to shut this junk down. Text of Article 3. As the happiness of a people and the good order and preservation of civil government essentially depend on piety, religion, and morality, and as these cannot be generally diffused through a community, but by the institution of the public worship of God and of the public instructions in piety, religion, and morality. Therefore, to promote their happiness and to secure the good order and preservation of the government, the people of this commonwealth have a right to invest their legislature with power to authorize and require, and the legislature shall from time to time authorize and require the several town, parishes, precincts, and other bodies politic or religious societies to make suitable provision at their own expense for the instruction of the public worship of God and for the support and maintenance of public Protestant teachers of piety, religion, and morality in all cases where such provision shall not be made voluntarily. And the people of this commonwealth have also a right to invest their legislature with authority to enjoin upon all the subjects. Now, we don't have subjects anymore, but just pay attention closely. And attendance upon the instruction of the public teachers aforesaid. And at stated times and seasons, if there be any of whose instruction they can conscientiously and conveniently attend, provided notwithstanding that the several towns, parishes, precincts, and other bodies politic and religious societies shall at all times have the exclusive right of electing their public teachers and of contracting with them for their support and maintenance. And all monies paid by the subject to the support of public worship and of the public teachers aforesaid shall, if he require it, be uniformly applied to the support of public teachers or teachers of his own religious sect or denomination, provided there be any of those whose instructions he attends. Otherwise, it may be paid towards the support of teacher or teachers of the parish or precinct in which the said monies are raised. Every denomination of Christians demeaning themselves peaceably and as good subjects of the commonwealth shall be equally under the protection of the law. And no subordination of any one sect or denomination to another shall be established by law. Guys, what I want you to take and understand from here is the people have a right to have teachers who will teach their children based on their beliefs. But they don't realize that they have a power to control as a people what your kids are taught. Now, I told y'all about the government being trustees. They're also substituted agents. Watch this. Article 5. All power residing originally in the people and being derived from them, the several magistrates, that's the government workers, and officers of the government vested with authority, whether legislative, executive, or judicial, what are they? Are their substitutes and agents and at all times accountable to them. Government is instituted for what? For the common good, for the protection, safety, prosperity, and happiness of the people, and not for the profit. Title 42 is using federal programs for people to make money off of giving you shots, off of giving COVID diagnosis, off of putting you on ventilators, off of taking your kids, off of taking your cars, off of taking your houses, off of taking your dogs, off of taking your grandma. All of these programs are the same thing. Men or a group of people are coming together making money off of your trust. The trust belongs to you. You are the beneficiaries and the trust protectors. The only problem is nobody taught you how to protect the trust. So you get a group of men in the legislature who learn how to write private little statutes to steal your stuff and make you look like you're a person of government. But you're the trust protectors and the people. So you have all protection, all rights. You can control everything they do, but you didn't know. Nobody told you. So they steal your stuff, but we're going to get it back. Therefore, the people alone have an incontestable, unalienable, and indefeasible right to institute government. That means you can put government in place, change it, fix it, do whatever you want to do. And to reform. That means change its structure, alter, or totally change the same when their protection, safety, and prosperity and happiness require it. How many of y'all believe that your safety is on the line because people are doing acts that are not in line with the trust indenture, not in line with the Constitution? They're changing laws at their own will when they want to do stuff with the elections. Now, you have a right to control how they elect people in your company. Did y'all know that? People talking about we need to decertify. We don't even have to decertify. We can just reform and fix it all whenever we feel like it. I don't need some sophisticated name or plan. Article 9, all elections ought to be free, and all the inhabitants of this commonwealth having such qualification as they establish by their frame of government have an equal right to elect officers and to be elected for public employments. Did they not tell y'all that all you're doing when you're electing is electing people for public employments? Nobody said you're electing people for them to be the public king, the public ruler. Why are we struggling so hard to get stuff right? I'll show you why. Our forefathers told us. Text of Article 18, a frequent recurrence to the fundamental principles of the Constitution. If you don't know the dang state constitution, how the freak do you return to the fundamental principles when you don't know it? They're not teaching it to us. They don't teach it in schools. The attorneys hide it. You go to events out in the world, people get you riled up and talking about what happened wrong. We know they stole stuff and did stuff wrong and cheated. Now what? How do we deal with this? By understanding the fundamental principles of the Constitution. But who's teaching it? They're kicking you out of groups for learning the Constitution. They're laughing at you for learning the Constitution. They don't want you to know that you're the trust protectors and the beneficiaries. Watch this. A frequent recurrence to the fundamental principles of the Constitution. That's of the state, y'all. And a constant adherence to those of piety, justice, moderation, temperance, industry, and frugality are absolutely necessary to preserve the advantages of liberty and to maintain a free government. Are you wondering why you feel like you locked in and shut in? Please like and share, y'all. Let's get this junk out here to everybody. Let's get the smoke out. The people ought consequently to have a particular attention. Who's paying attention? Where are the leaders? Where are the ones who will preach the Constitution, teach the trust indentures, teach the common law, teach the Bible so the people will know that it's all part of our power? Where are they? People getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to give us no remedy. People collecting money to do events. And they're forgetting to teach us what to do. How are we going to survive if we don't know what to do? It's cute for them to be on stage. It's cute for them to talk. But who's going to help us? All these big names and powerful people. And we can't put together one solution. We love the people, but it won't be any of us if we don't stand up. How long? How long we going to play with our lives? How long we going to play with our kids' future? How long we going to play with the republic called America? In the choice of their officers and representatives. And they have a right to require of their lawgivers and magistrates an exact and constant observance of them in the formation and execution of the laws necessary for the good administration of the Commonwealth. How the freak are people going around not having the understanding of how the Commonwealth works? And we're trying to get things in order and nobody's talking about it. We got people saying, give me an affidavit, but I don't want to know what it said. We got people trying to steal affidavits and use them without understanding and saying it's theirs, not knowing what the next step is. Let's look at Article 19. The people have a right. like me and Josh show y'all, on paper, nicely, in an orderly and peaceable manner, to assemble, to consult upon the common good. Watch this, y'all. Didn't we see this before? People telling you to go call your legislature and ask them to do this, please. Please ask them for an audit. Please beg them. Tell them that we just want a little bit of hope and a little bit of audit. Give instructions to their representatives. How? By a text message, by a phone call, hit them up on their telegraph. That ain't what it said. And to request of the legislative body by way of address, petitions, or remonstrances. When me and Josh hit them with affidavits, it's a remonstrance. It's a strong rebuke. It's telling them what the law says. It's addressing them in their issue. And we're demanding and requiring that they fix their wrongs. And people laugh. What's your remedy? This is the freaking remedy. Why you think it's working? Well, we can't get down with that. I know you can't because you don't know. When the haters say they can't do this or it makes no sense, it makes no sense because they never learned the law. The notices and affidavits, y'all, are addressing them, petitioning or giving them remonstrance, which means a strong rebuke. And if they try to ignore the strong rebuke and all you guys are learning, how long you think they gonna stand? We can change the government at any time, at will. The common law is written by the people in the bills and declarations of rights, not the legislature. We control the show. People talk about the legislature come together to write laws for y'all. They don't come together to write laws for y'all. They come together to handle your business and fix junk. The legislature right here ought to frequently assemble for what, y'all? Nobody is doing this in America today. The legislature ought frequently to assemble for the redress of grievances. Now, how many of y'all sent them affidavits giving them address or notices telling them that they harmed you or they did wrong or they're tearing up your nation? How many of y'all are doing that every day? If they don't know that y'all got a problem, how the freak are you going to get the problems fixed? If you don't address them with your issues, you're just sending them text messages and they can ignore it, sending them emails, they never got it. If you ain't putting it on paper, making a freaking record, blowing their back out, how do you expect them to know? People will get you in front of them and talk for 3, 4, 5, 6 days straight and never tell you to do the exact thing the law says do. And then we wonder why it ain't working. We got to educate the government because the attorneys hit it. We got to educate the people and this thing will fall fast. Watch this. They got to redress grievances for what? For correcting, strengthening, and confirming the laws and for making new laws as the common good may require. People saying the judges don't listen to us. The judges do their own thing. Can you guess why? Can you guess why they're doing their own thing? Yes, that's right, Tory Hun. We gotta assemble. We should be coming together doing constitutional symposiums like this all the time. Dropping smoke on these people. They don't freaking want it. Every one of us is powerful if we know. They don't want us to know. Those days are done. Why are y'all having so much problem in courts? Why are we having so many problems in courts? Why? The Bar Association members will tell you the courts are evil. They don't do right, but they still work with them. It is essential to the preservation of the rights of every individual, his life, liberty, property, and character, that there be an impartial interpretation of the laws and administration of justice. How the heck the judge is going to be working in private programs, making money and other people, and it be impartial? They give you a vaccine, they get money. They take your kid, they get money. They take your car, they get money. They take your house, they get money. They take your dog, they get money. They take your grandma, they get money. They force something on you, they get money. It is the right of every citizen to be tried by judges as free, impartial, and independent as the lot of humanity will admit. It is therefore not only the best policy, but for the security of the rights of the people and of every citizen that judges of the Supreme Judicial Court should hold their offices as long as they behave themselves well. Then people say, well, how do you know if they're behaving themselves well? How are we going to figure this out? We ain't got no law degree. Watch this. And that they should have honorable salaries ascertained and established by standing laws. The way that you tell if the judicial actor is doing right is if he's following the Constitution as written. You are the trust protector. He has to know what he's doing, but you got to tell him. You got to tell him if he's messing up. We're going to go to Vermont Constitution. And a lot of these East Coast constitutions they drop fire and show you things that most people have never seen.
Man, that New Hampshire, Virginia, those East Coast constitutions are so powerful. Man, you guys got to read them. They're so powerful. I mean, I'm telling you, the Vermont ones, you think nobody thinks of Vermont, right? You never think of Vermont, but I'm telling you, these ones that establish the Bills of Rights first are so powerful. As it went west, it got weaker, but those initial Bills of Rights that are out there are so amazing. You guys got to read them and understand it. I'm so glad David's hitting on some of these.
And they're rights we all have in every state. All men are created equally free and independent. So that means any freedom you have in one state, you have the freedom in another state if it's a republic. That the people of this state, by their legal representatives, have the sole, inherent, and exclusive right of governing and regulating their internal police of the same. So guys, you regulate the government. You regulate the police who work off of their policy. Now let's look at the 6 so I can show y'all that all of these states are just trusts who have trustees. That all power being originally inherent in and consequently derived from the people, therefore all officers of government, not just some, all of them, whether legislative or executive, are their trustees and servants. You're supposed to be telling your servants what to do. You're supposed to direct them. They are accountable to you. Let's see. And at all times, not just sometimes, all times in a legal way, accountable to them, accountable to us. Now, people will say, well, what happens if they don't want to listen to us? Text of Article 7. Watch this. That government is or ought to be instituted for the common good. Common benefit. They are only here to benefit us, y'all. Protection and security of what? The people, nation, or community. And not for the particular emolument or advantage of any single person like Biden or the people in the legislature, family, or set of persons. Is not here to benefit them and make them money, y'all. Why are they doing money programs for everything that's affecting us and trying to block elections so they can't keep people in government who will hold them accountable, who are part only of that community, and that community has an indubitable, inalienable, and indefeasible right to do what? To reform. If the government is out of whack, fix it, reform it, or alter government. How? In such manner as shall be by that community judged most conducive to the public will, the public good. So we have the power to make decisions and tell the government what they're going to do, and we get to choose the methods. We can get together and we're responsible enough to create it. We don't have to prove anything. These people are telling y'all, oh, we gonna get together and do a whole bunch of running around to prove that there's wrong, so then we can take that and go tell the government to do what we say. What about we can tell the government to do what we say today? We can still walk around and find evidence and put that in later, but why wait? Some of y'all feel like I don't want the vaccine passport. Did y'all know as one of the people they can't tell you where the freak you can go? Y'all worried about the vaccine passport. The state is a trust. You are the trust protector. So you got to know what the law says. That all people have a natural and inherent right to immigrate from one state to another that will receive them. All people have a natural and inherent right to immigrate from one state to another that will receive them. If you got a natural right to get up and go where you want to go, how the freak does the government that's your trustees and servants tell you you can't go there unless you get a passport showing that you got a shot? Really? I dare any attorney to try to act like the people don't have the power to immigrate from one place to another in the Republic States of America. Here's another state telling you how to get remedy. They don't tell y'all this though. I saw in New Hampshire, they were using the documents, but the people who do it there might not talk to me because some of the people running around with these new groups are offering people big amounts of money to work with them. If you work with these people in some of these groups, they get 50,000, 100,000, 500,000 from people. They get all this money. And what happens is they will pay out money to your group to let them take over your group. See this? Watch this. That the people have a right to assemble together. Why? To consult for their common good. Y'all could come together and talk like attorneys, but as the people, better than attorneys. Why? Why y'all coming together to consult for the common good? To instruct their representatives. How many people are teaching y'all that y'all supposed to consult you're supposed to instruct your representatives and tell them what to do? Come on, y'all. Is this not new? Is this not something that people are not showing y'all? And to apply to the legislature for the redress of grievances by address, petition, or remonstrance. And I've told people what to do, and the same people who tried to take over didn't have the rest of the remedy to tell the next steps. So they can try to steal what I do now, but they're going to have to wait until I finish this video to get the next step. Then when the next step comes, they're going to have to wait until I do another video and me and Josh come out and teach y'all. But I'm asking y'all, are y'all not seeing this remedy? Are y'all not seeing this freaking smoke? Is your heart not burning inside of you? How many of y'all want to fix this thing and get audits around the nation? How many of y'all want to take down the deep state and corruption? How many of y'all want to blow the back out of these people who doing wrong? Not telling y'all that you have the power to instruct your government. Let us know. You got to have some energy in you. You got to want to freaking fight this fight. You either playing or you for real, but you can't be both at the same time. How many of y'all want to bring that freaking smoke and send affidavits and notices from all across the country with the law in it? If y'all want to do it, we'll put the freaking notices together and the affidavits for the people in their state. The affidavit for the people in their state, it could be 1 page, 1.5 pages. The notice could be a page or less. And we can shake the freaking nation, just like we told y'all in Arizona. What day was that? November 5th, Josh?
Yeah.
Before people were fighting and knowing how to fight, we already had affidavits ready. And you paid to get them printed out and brought them with notaries with space in them for them to write in their personal stories. And those first affidavits are what got everything moving and set up in Arizona, and repeated notices and different things, instructing the legislature. May I ask you, Josh, did we instruct the legislature the whole way, or did we just give them one and just stop?
No, you guys, that's not how it works. And if anybody understands the process of affidavits, you're not going to send Corman one affidavit and he's going, oh, okay, sure, let me do that. That's not how it works. That's like one punch in a fight. To knock out the champ, it's going to take more than one punch. And Corman, when Corman sees his personal name written on that affidavit, not the state of Pennsylvania, not a certain county, his personal name is going to be written on this thing, which is going to make him personally liable for not sticking to his oath of the Constitution he took.
As a trustee.
As a trustee.
And you're the trust protector. Hey, dear Corman, whatever your name is, we're the trust protectors. Yo, AweDits is a trustee. We got smoke for you. Go ahead, Josh.
So we're going to have stuff built in penalty-wise as well. But you know what? We've yet to have to take it to that degree. Well, I take that back. We have twice, but in the business world, it's transferring to private. But from a forensic audit standpoint, our end result is we want an audit, a forensic audit based on constitutional right, and that's what we're going to get. And if we send enough of these out to him, I'm telling you, it's going to get him moving. It's going to get him moving, or he's going to have his bank account just sucked dry because we're not going to put up with it.
They didn't want y'all to know that they were trustees and this whole state is a trust and they're just little workers. So we protect ourselves. We create private associations to protect ourselves and block us from any partnership or bull with them. and we attack with notices and affidavits that show and address what they're doing wrong. We get redress of grievance. We don't beg them, we freaking fix it. We don't freaking say, can you please do this for me? We tell them what they're going to do, and we're going to do it from around the nation. So if y'all want to, we'll do a notice. We'll get this Corman dude. We'll do a notice and go after Georgia. We'll do a notice. Was it Wisconsin we want to bring that smoke to as well?
Yeah, Wisconsin or Georgia, whichever one you want to go. I say we go Wisconsin too, because right now it's a similar situation. Subpoenas have been issued by Senator Branchin, and we have a Representative Rantham that we were talking with up there. And they're in a similar situation where you have the Speaker of the House that is not holding up his end of the Constitution. He's not holding up his end of being a trustee for the people. And I think he needs a reality check as well. And I think those two, we hit those two people, we're gonna get things moving to get some conversation started.
Now, my question is, how many people are down with us? How many people are ready to roll and bring that smoke?
Yeah, guys, people out of state can send these in. Just like David said, my website's barnettforaz.com. I usually have I have a little link there you can click on that'll take you to where it says notices, affidavits and notices. You just click on that, it'll scroll down. I just have them listed down, so you just have to scroll down to find which one you're looking for. Right now I have the people taking back the grand jury up right now, which y'all need to fill that one out too and send it in, and get that out as well in your respective states, wherever that is. The one I have up now is for Arizona specific, but you can simply take Arizona off there and add your own state.
All right, so I want to ask you guys, we're going to use that Telegram group that we created for this project, and we're going to put a lot of stuff in there too. It'll be on Josh's page. We will hit people up in the Telegram group and show the documents we have for everybody to get down and take part in it.
Do you guys see how they cannot force these mandates on us no matter what they say is private business, which is a contradictory term. You can't be a private business. It's literally impossible. And that they cannot force this down your throat. They can't do it. They cannot do it no matter what they say. Don't believe it. Don't believe that stuff. Focus on the Constitution, the highest law of the land, and we can get them. I'm telling you, if we all unite and show the law, there's nothing they can do against us. There's nothing they can do.
They're going to fall fast. You're going to see it across the nation. You're going to see a firestorm sweep across the nation.
Like all those people at Brophy High School writing strongly worded letters from the lawyer, which is going to do nothing. If they would stand on their constitutional rights and what we're telling them right now about mandates, like David said, there's all these different mandates, right? Different ones. It doesn't matter which one it is. This applies to every single possible mandate there is. They cannot deny what is being shown in the Constitution, the highest law of the land. They cannot deny your rights. And if the Brophy people would stand on what we're telling them and what we try to tell them, but they had to hire a smart attorney to do it, they're going to lose. And I feel bad for those kids. I feel bad for those 100 kids that left school. When if they would have listened to us, they could have fought back properly and actually maybe got some dialogue going, or maybe to change the school's policy, because they just they gave up and just went somewhere else is what happened, unfortunately.
Sad. So if there are any more mandates that you needed to deal with, they're trying to force you to get shots, we need to put this stuff together. We're going to put together another webinar for the people who want this exclusive instruction. That one would be like the other ones, a $50 membership. That way the trolls don't come. You see, we had a lot of trolls in the video today trying to interfere and talk. We won't have that. You'll be more secure. And the video won't be live, so everybody can see it all over the place and know how we're coming. With these states, we open the doors to get the audits to happen by using the affidavits and stuff that we already use. It's already out there. People have told. So we're going to blow their back out and come with that fire. But with the stuff that deals with your personal life and personal business, you see that being part of our private association can block them from messing with you. You see that you can control your own schooling, your kids' schooling. There's so much that you can do that we haven't been able to talk to you guys about yet. Like I said, I want to have fun and do something this weekend. I was working on my buddy's hot rod and helped him get some stuff done a little bit. Haven't been able to have enough time to do mine. But I do want to have some fun, but it ain't time for fun. It's time for the people to be free. So if you enjoyed this video, please, by God, share it. It was free. If it was good for you, give it to other people. I want people to understand their rights. Josh wants people to understand their rights. As soon as we look at these government entities the right way, guys, they start to fall apart when it comes to controlling people. As long as we're looking at them as somebody great, it destroys us. So we gotta have the right perspective, and we wanted to take the time out and do an emergency video for you guys today for nothing, because the whole nation needs to be free. And in order to do that, we have to change the perspective. Thank you, TJ Woot. We have to change the perspective. All right, y'all. Well, we hope that you enjoyed the show. Please give us some good feedback. Please like and share if you wish. If you don't like it, hit the dislike. If we suck, tell us we suck. It's okay. It's fine. We're big boys, tough as heck. And we're going to knock this thing down, y'all. We're going to teach y'all how to do it. And you guys are learning. Nobody can take away from you what you just learned now. You guys are fire. You're going to break the back of corruption. You're going to destroy the deep state. And none of them want to face you when you know this stuff. They really don't want that smoke. We don't have time to play with things that's not right. The law clearly tells you what we are to do to fix stuff. So if you want to fix stuff, roll with us. If you don't, we ain't mad at you. We don't need everybody to roll with us. We just gonna roll with who want to roll in the right way. All right. So we will catch you later. Y'all be cool. Stay out of trouble.